Here's a gem of a project designed by Hedi Kyle. It's a pleated display stand, and I use it to store my tangrams and some other things. There's a particular treat with this video, which is that I have one here that Hedi sent me in 2020, and we'll be referencing this a few times through the video. The directions for this can be found in Helen Hebert's book, Papercraft. It is not, this project is not in the book that Hedi Kyle and her daughter Ula wrote. But it is on page 160 in Helen's book. I have some extra tips, so that's why I'm making the video. It's good to start this out with lightweight paper. I'm using this Fadeless art paper. It's a nice weight for this, and it comes in lots of colors, and it's not very expensive. You can buy it double-sided, or just different colors on each side, or just white on one side and the color on the other. And it's also nice because it's 12 by 18, which is what the size recommended in Helen's book is. This one that Hedi made is made by 11 by 17, and I'm going to be demonstrating this 2 times, one with the 11 by 17 and one with the 12 by 18, because not to show you the 2 sides. You can see that they're a little, let's see, here's the 12, here it is. You can see that they're a little bit different. But the first time around, I'm going to do it slowly with annotations, and second time I'm just going to do it kind of quickly, just so you can watch it again and get it into your head. So, according to Helen's book, I'm going to follow the directions in her book. First thing Hedi does is to not fold it in half, but to create a little mark right here in the middle, as if you were folding it in half, top and bottom. Now, she does not say to make a mark there. She says you'll see it later on, but it's hard for me to see. So right now, right after I've made it, I'm putting a little mark. The thing she does suggest is to put a little circle here and here in the middle, so you sort of know which way is the right side of the paper, and the folds are going a certain way. And she doesn't do this just for our edification. It looks like she also does it herself. You can see on the back of the one she made herself that she's got the little circles, and this keeps the paper oriented. Okay, so the next thing to do is bring the circles together, and this time actually fold it in half. Now, the absolute best advice I can give you that's extra is that when you make the fold, that you use your bone folder. You want these to be sharp folds. This structure looks so much better and works nicely better if the folds are all sharp. So I'm going to be really emphasizing that. Okay, so then we're going to make a big accordion with this by folding the short open edge to the left open edge to the fold. And turn it over and do that again. I like to put my fingers here to help me stop the paper, and then I can adjust it nicely. Nice fold. Okay, now we're going to make a 8-fold accordion, but we're going to ignore these outer pieces, these outer sections for the accordion. The 8-part accordion is just going to happen right here between the first and last folds. So the first thing I'll do is I'll reverse this fold. Reversing a fold means if it's going in a valley direction, you put it in a mountain direction. Or if it's a mountain direction, you put it in a valley direction. This is a reversing the fold. Okay? And you know you have it right because all the folds are going in the same direction. Okay, now I'm going to start accordions. I'll do that by taking this fold, the mountain fold, and bringing it over to the folded edge of the paper. And okay, I'm going to make my crease tight by opening it up and pressing in, turn it over, and do it again. So this gives us a four section accordion in the middle of the paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need to double that, so I'm going to reverse the second fold and the fourth fold. And this is just to get it ready for the accordion. Okay. Get the paper in half again. And you should be seeing your circles. This is the color that will show at the end. The white's not going to show. Okay. So to make the accordion, if you're not familiar, you take the closest fold to the folded edge and curl it over to the folded edge. Make sure it's lined up nicely. I'll press it. I don't mind pressing through right here. It'll create sort of a crease, but there's going to be a crease there anyhow. Over here. Doing it again. And this time I will open it up and finish my creasing on the inside. Nice and tight. Okay, turn it over and do this again. So I did see this first in 2020 when Hedi sent me the one that I showed. I saw it again in 2022 when Helen's book came out, but I also saw it in 2023, just about 3 weeks ago, when Mindel Dubansky, Susan Scher, and I visited Hedi and Jürgen, and one of the things she was so excited to show us was this structure. The way she held it in her hands, how excited she was with it. It was just there was nothing like it. So it got me excited about it again. And she's using it to hold tangrams in. But enough of that for now. So now we've got eight accordions in here, eight folded sections in here. Actually, we need one more right here. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to fold it here. Okay, and then reverse it. Let me get that a little tighter. If you're going to reverse a fold, it's always really good to have it tight. Then it sort of will pop into the direction you want it a little easier. Okay, and then make this new pleat. Now I'm just doing this on the one edge, not on the other. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one at this point because everything's symmetrical. And there it is. Okay, now let's see. Now Hedi recommends that you number these. And I'm going to do that. Let's see if pencil is going to be enough. Yeah, pencil is good. There's 11 of them, and I'm going to be numbering each of these folds. And this is not going to show up at the end. And there's 11. And again, it was fun to look back on here. So does she number her folds? So I looked in, and there they are. There's the numbers. Of course, the pleats are in, so you can't see them as well. But we're doing it just like she does it. This is one thing that I'm suggesting that she didn't do. I know in the directions in Helen's book, it says you bring the fourth fold up to the second one. The let's see. The 7th up to the 5th, and the 10th up to the 8th. Okay? So again, these arrows are not going to show, but I find it helpful to put them in. So I need to bring the 4th up to the 2nd, and so I need to reverse this number 4 fold. Reversing the fold. There's the 2nd, and I'm bringing it up. I make a nice crease, bringing the 7th up to the 5th. I didn't need to reverse that one, but I do need to reverse the 10th. If it's giving me a hard time, it's probably because I didn't fold it well enough, so I'm going to do a better crease there. And now it should reverse more easily. Yep. Okay. So here we go. Everything's nicely smoothed out. Now I'm going to be folding it over, and this is where those little marks came in that I made earlier, those little lines. Oh, it looks like my Sharpie leaked through, but that's okay. I'm going to be folding this edge, the edges to the center. I'm going to give you a little tip because, you know, it's going to kink in these places. I'm going to, before you fold it, I'm going to say, like, sort of like the way we curl a ribbon, sort of push against where it's going to fold with your folding tool, and that will make it easier to curl over and not have kinks. So there you go. So see how nicely that folds over now? Folding it to the middle. Folding the edge to the middle. Now, in the book, Hedi mentions using tape to hold it together at the end, but on this one, she also has a little tape. Of course, she's using pretty tape to hold these closer together. And it's not a necessary step, but it is a handy one because actually it's a little bit, it makes it easier to slide together at the end. And what I like to do is put the tape, you see it's overlapping, and, well, probably easier to do it this way. Come on, get off. Is put it underneath and then roll it over. And this will make sense to you better if you don't do it and continue without doing it. Then you'll say, oh, I should have taped it like that. Okay, there we go. Next is to fold this over. Now there's a thickness here and the folds are going the wrong way in some places, so what I'd like to do is give it a little score, give it a little extra reason to cooperate with us, because it's nice if this particular fold is nice and tight. And then she says to fold this piece up. Well, not yet. First she folds this one over. And then says to fold this part over about 3/4 of an inch. Let's see, I think I'll do it this way. It's about 3/4 of an inch. Doesn't have to be perfect. Hold it up. And again, here's a little tip that's not in the book. But you can see if you look closely that Hedi has folded in a little bit of a bevel right here. And that comes in, that actually is very helpful because we'll be sliding this long piece into here, and it doesn't go in all that easily. No, we'll be sliding the short piece into the long piece. It doesn't go in all that easily. As a matter of fact, I like doing the bevel on both sides. And so here's all our numbers, all of our arrows and stuff like that, and they're going to be hidden behind here. The only thing that's going to be seen of those extra marks is this little circle. And you see it slips in, and when Hedi was showing us this to us, even she was having a little trouble. She had to fiddle with it to get it in there. So, so fiddling with getting it in there is part of the construction. The little bevel helps. Okay. Now in Helen's book, this is where they suggest using a little bit of tape, which is, of course, is completely optional because it stands up nicely even without it. But it's nice not to have it moving around. So I've got a little bit of tape there, and now it's ready to put all sorts of things in. So you could put in business cards. You can put in cool things that my friend Jade showed me how to make. You can put in Ed's little coffee pop-up book, all sorts of things. This is by Ed Hutchins. There we go. Okay, so I said I was going to make it a second time, so you can just sort of watch it and not hear all this slow annotations. And I'm going to be using wrapping paper for this, because wrapping paper is a nice soft, a nice thin paper. This particular one, it happens to be a little soft, so it's a little bit hard to fold. So I've actually started out by pre-folding some of the things, so I don't have to, so I can go quickly. So I'm not going to slow down for annotations, but I'm just going to make it. Like I said, I've pre-folded this in some parts so I can work more quickly just to get through the video. But it's not all pre-folded. Don't forget that part about curling here before you do your fold. It really makes a big difference, and if you forget about it, you will see why. And if you've finished yours, it sort of feels kind of wonky and looks kind of wonky. It's probably because you weren't absolutely obsessive about making sharp folds on your paper. If you don't have a bone folder, use the back of a Sharpie or something else similar, and then get yourself a bone folder. Okay, so we're doing the taping. This is that fold 11 we're articulating to make it into a nice fold. With the soft wrapping paper, that seems to be more important. And here's that 3/4 inch fold at the bottom. This about 3/4 inch fold. And I'm not going to have you wait to see me fumbling to put that into the slot here. That's what it looks like. And you've got your holder, and they're beautiful. So I hope you enjoy them and make lots of them and use them for lots of reasons.